What should I do, Buckaroos? And how the heck are you? I apologize. He was waiting on me or just gave up. I had some issues getting this going. I thought I could get it done and ready for 11:30, but I could not. Things just kept happening, man. Anyways, I had part of that. So I'm exhausted. I wasn't thinking clearly. Believe it or not, I haven't had anything to drink yet today. Um, I really haven't. Got home from work, tried to set this up. I was having some technical difficulties, let's just say. So anyway, with no further ado, I brought one beer out to have with you. It's the Next Evolution Anniversary Ale, their second anniversary ale from Banter Brewing. Beer worth talking about is their tagline: barley wine aged in toasted oak barrel at 11%. This thing is just beyond gorgeous. But I am a fan of the barley wine aged in oak. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please put it up on the screen. I will answer almost anything unless you're being a colossal asshat. And oh god, that's gorgeous. I'm gonna set that down. I only popped one beer, or I brought one beer to the to the pub, if you will, because I've got two whiskeys I want to share with you. I had about 3 ounces left of this, so I just poured it all in there. It's the Wood Hat Cast Strength Bloody Butcher Red. I picked this up back in June, just before I went in well, about a week before I had my knee surgery. It's a single barrel cast strength at 60.3% or 120.6 proof. It's big, but boy, is it gorgeous. This is barrel number 1003. Let me show that to you. Put that back there. Show you how beautiful that looks. Oh man, that's gorgeous. But like I said, I've had it since June, so I thought I better finish it up. But I have another one for you. This is Pinky Ben, and I don't have the Pinky Ben bottle with me because I decanted it with this that my daughter had given me. This is dad joke loading, as you can see there. But I didn't have the Pinky Ben glass here, so I decided to use that. Got a nice healthy pour of that as well. Is 100 proof rusted corn whiskey. So the theme here is both corn whiskey. So I am going to go through this one first because this had 100. We're going to save the big one for last. This one is very interesting. A lot of oak on the nose. I pick up a lot of peanut-like notes. I don't remember getting that before when I've had this whiskey, but this particular bottle is giving me something different. It's an aged, rested corn whiskey. Pinckney, oh gosh, that's delicious. Pinckney Bet does some good stuff, but it's all corn whiskey. It's all corn products, I should say. Corn vodka, corn gin. The products are rather amazing. Oh, this is really good. You don't get a lot of sweetness on the nose. I get a lot of oak on the nose for a rested whiskey, more than I would expect to. And a lot of other things. Again, I'm picking up those peanut notes in the nose. I don't necessarily taste that, though. Certainly going to find some vanilla in there. A lot of oak and spice as we head towards the finish of this particular whiskey. Oh, it's freaking brilliant, man. Wow, that's good. Yeah, I ended up working a little bit longer than typical, but I was just trying to, make sure I had everything done right. I wasn't trying to hurry out of there today because I knew I was exhausted. But I am off tomorrow and Sunday, Easter Sunday. It's just going to be the wife and I, so no big plans. And quite frankly, as I speak to you at this particular moment in time, I have no idea what we're going to fix. Well, I have some idea. Just don't know how it's going to be fixed. I know it's going to be pork. I didn't want to do a ham. I had two different pork butts in there. I had one boneless and one bone-in pork butt. So I think we're the bone-in pork, but it had been in the freezer the longest, so we decided to do that when I pulled that out of the freezer a few days ago to let it defrost. we were tinkering with a couple ideas, so that's why I'm choosing not to say at this particular moment in time, mostly because I am rather tired. And believe it or not, I mean, this is the first alcohol I've had today. I'm amazed sometimes how complex just a corn whiskey can be. Not as sweet as you might imagine, but there is a certain amount of sweetness going on. I almost feel like I pick up some raisin notes in there. Again, I do feel a little bit of that peanut note in here, but mostly on the nose. But you can taste it a little bit now that I rethink that a bit. Good tasting back in. Gosh, it's been almost a year now. It doesn't seem like it's been a year. I've been dying to get back there. I just haven't had a chance. Oh, I really enjoyed it though. It was a good time. Picnic Band, the service was spectacular. Jason, cheers, Tom. I hope you had a good week and even better week, and I appreciate that, man. Right back at you. It was a good week. I'm just tired. It wasn't a bad work week by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, today was a lot of fun. To be honest with you, it was just I'm just tired. It just seemed like a long day. Since I let my main gig go, none of my work days are bad. It just sometimes you're just tired. But yeah, I really did enjoy my work day, but I am tired. Feels like a long week, and I'm just kind of exhausted, and my feet hurt. Yeah, happy Easter right back at you, Jason. We kind of do. Things are different now that are it's mostly about the grandkids. Of course, anybody that knows our story, our daughter, we have two grandkids, but my wife and I lost our son to cancer April 23rd of 2013. So it's been a while, but it just holidays are rough for both of us. Easter's probably harder on my wife than me, but so we both try to be aware of where the other one is at that point and not really expect anything. So it's just going to be the wife and I. So it'll probably be a quiet day. Some places are going to be open. I'm surprised the amount of breweries that are going to be open in town. They're anticipating a lot of uh, maybe a lot of dysfunctional families or a lot of single people. As a friend put it today, there's sinners have to go someplace. So I can I can I can appreciate that. And if I get a chance, I'm going to get out and visit a friend or two. But I am glad to be off the weekend. I worked last Saturday. I was off Sunday. But I am off Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and next weekend too, most likely. So I am glad for that. So we're going to get out and might try to get out and do some things tomorrow. I need to get some stuff done around here that I've been putting off, but I like to get out and maybe go to a brewery or two with some friends. I had an invite, so we'll see how that goes. Uh, I hope you are set to have a nice Easter yourself, Jason. It's different when you don't have the little ones around anymore. And then again, for us, it just kind of brings back that grieving process, that really never quite goes away. I really hate the term. Things get better with time now. Don't give me those platitudes because that's bullshit. Things don't give. You find a way to move forward or you don't. But yeah, I mean, you don't magically wake up and say, "Oh, okay, I'm over it now." That's just not how the grieving process works. Especially when you're talking about the loss of a child. It's something you never quite get over. Hey, Thomas, how are you, sir? Thomas Meadow, buddy. How you doing, man? No, usually I figured know it's an hour later for you, so And I will say this, since the both of you are on here, I sometimes I forget to. If you'd like to be part of the video, let me know, and I'll send you the link. You can jump on and have a drink with me. Typically, I'll send it via Messenger, but if not, leave some comments, questions, and we can have a conversation here. If you guys are drinking anything, let me know. We can talk about that as I finish up my first corn whiskey. My first corn whiskey. I knew that would take me. I was wanting to get this one up at 11:30, but it was almost 11:45 before I got it up. So I knew it was going to go into Saturday morning per se. Yeah, I'll send you one, Thomas. Hold on a second. Give me a minute to grab it here. I'll get it out to you. Jason and I were talking about Easter. I hope you're doing all right. And as we head into the Easter holiday, if you celebrate as well, even though it is a religious holiday like Christmas, I know many celebrated it in more of a secular fashion, if you will. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. I know some militant Christians will take issue, but I am not one of those militant Christians. I do believe it may be slightly different than many. Let me find you here. Oh, I had you. There you are, man. Let me send you that link, bud. I got it right here. I run it through StreamYard, so it typically goes through Chrome if you have Chrome up. Just click on the link, do what the thing says there, and it'll put you in the green room, so to speak, and then I'll bring you up on the stage with me or into the pub with me. Yeah. All right. The link is sent to you, man. If you want to grab it, see if that'll work, and I'll keep talking and drinking until then. I'm just about done with this with the Pinckney Bend. I want to start with this one first because the other one's really big, and I thought it might overshadow. And at 120 proof, it's a cast single barrel. So I'm going to pick the beer up. My Banter Barley Wine is kind of my palate cleanser. Oh, Tom, that's not a palate cleanser. Oh man, this beer. This is their 2023 barley wine. They have a 20. In fact, I still have a bottle of the 22 put away. Oh god, this is gorgeous. Barley wines, a lot of alcohol, 11%. So they tend to be a little sweet. That's why I prefer barrel aged barley wines because that oak really helps to clean it up a little bit. Oh, there's Thomas. Can you hear me, brother? Oh, let me adjust my volume. I think it's me. Oh, yeah. I had that turned down. Okay, can you hear me now? Talk to me, Thomas. Now I can hear you. What's going on, brother? How are you?
It's going good. Can't complain. Happy Easter weekend, sure.
What are you drinking?
I'm going to treat this like you. I guess you got the spirit in the beer. The beer. I don't even know what this is. Is this a what do they say on Beer Advocate? This is a dark style lager? Sure, let's go with that. This is a Tucher. Where are we at? The Tucher Roth beer from Germany.
Nice. Okay.
1516 purity law beer, one of them malt hops, yeast, and water beers. 5.2%.
I'm a bit of a purist, you know.
It's a very malty caramel, rye bread, sweet, very caramel forward kind of a beer.
All right. So, well, what spirit are you?
Chewier beer. The spirit of all damn things I just bought was G4 Blanco Tequila. What the world?
Okay.
I've been getting into I love whiskey. I'm with you on that for the most part. I've been into tequila in late in 20. No, I started tequila in 2024. I guess in January, and my local store had G4 Blanco for like $44. That's pretty
nice.
much the going rate. That's a very hard tequila to find for the most part. Anything G4 related.
Okay.
And this is the second pouring I've had of the bottling, and it's very black pepper spice. There's a little bit of a chili spice to it, honestly.
So what's the proof on that one?
Oh, most tequilas are that you get in the United States. You can get some higher ABV stuff, but most is a good 40 ABV, 80 proof.
So typically an 80 proof.
Yeah, so this one is very black pepper spice. I find some chili pepper spice. I find some, I want to say grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. There's something that's like it's not quite as sweet as bubble gum, but there's something akin to that kind of a sweetness going on.
Okay. So would you recommend that tequila, I almost said whiskey, would you recommend that tequila for drinking neat like you're drinking it now? Or
absolutely.
Yep. To a cocktail?
I was thinking about, I would like to try that in a cocktail. I was thinking about this earlier. I think if you just did I think if the average person were to take this tequila, I think it would taste good. However, I think it would be a disservice with the salt and the lime because as I struggle here, there's a lot of notes to the tequila that are going to get lost in your tequila, salt, and lime. This is good sipping tequila.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So that one is nice, just
tequila's different than the whiskey thing because this could be completely clear and unaged, but the aged part of it really is that the agave was aged in the ground and grown and matured for 8, 9, 10, 12 years potentially. So you can still have a clear spirit that has a lot of flavor due to that, as opposed to with the whiskey. If you do a really lower aged product on that, you can really tell that it's kind of more of a matured product by nature, I suppose.
Very nice. Well, I'll show you what I'm drinking now. In case you missed it earlier, I had about boxes of this. It's a Missouri whiskey.
Ooh.
It's a whiskey out of New Florence, Missouri. It is. It's called Bloody Butcher. Bloody Butcher's. It is an heirloom corn. So it's Bloody Butcher red corn whiskey. It's a single barrel cask at 60.5.
Nice. Ooh.
These heirloom whiskeys.
Nice.
Let me show you the color on that, though. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Ooh. All right. Almost similar to the can.
It's a little bit of a ruby hue. I wasn't sure how much it translated there. Oh, nice. There you go.
It is very ruby red.
What did you
age on that? Do you know the age on that whiskey?
Let's see. Does it tell me?
Straight could be 2 years. Straight could be, if it's less than 4, they got to tell you on the bottle.
Yeah, it is a 2-year-old whiskey. No,
pretty good for the color. Damn. All right.
Let me clarify. Aged a minimum of 2 years in small barrels. So it's not aged in the typical. So it actually is We're talking about uh what's that size?
They call them butts or something, right? Really small barrels, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that's how they get that color. That's pretty impressive for 2 years. The color on that.
You get more age than the age would imply, I guess.
More surface contact of wood to the liquid there, right? Yeah.
Yes. So what have you been up to? What's going on in your
Wednesday night, wild card Wednesday on Thomas Mel 75 channel of YouTube. Just bring a beer and wine and spirit. Just don't be a douche. Join on up. Go on YouTube. And I'm in a band called Oxblood Forge. If you like stoner doom metal, heavy metal, Iron Maiden meets Black Sabbath. Join on into that. We're on all the streaming platforms. Yeah, that's what's been going on with Thomas Metal. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Music and the reviews.
I have got some friends that have allowed me to use their music and videos. Can I use your music? You have to answer right now. We can talk about it later. But I like to use.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to figure out. I would say yes, but YouTube platform is gonna probably copyright infringe you until I come in and say, "Wait a minute, I allowed you to use it."
Okay.
I've even done it. I did it once. It happened to me twice, but one time specifically, I did it when we were live at a concert, and I filmed, and I had my phone going live during one of our concerts, and I posted it to. I went live to YouTube, and they copyright infringed me on my own music, and I ended up getting the audio back because I'm 1/4 at the time. I was 1/4 of the copyright owners of this music. They gave it back to me. So you may run into that, and if you did, then I would have to fight that battle for you, and we get the audio back though.
I'll try it. Tell me the again.
Oxblood Forge.
Okay, I'll check it out. You're on Spotify, I assume.
We're on all the streaming platforms. Yes, sir. Let me put it in the private chat so you got the name.
Well, hell, I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah, we're on all your streaming platforms.
I try to use
streaming or
as possible. I have a few that allow me to use their stuff.
Yeah, I have to help you out with that. I would allow you to do that, but the copywriting people don't know that otherwise until we dispute it. Oh boy.
All right. Tell me the name of the band one more time.
Oxblood Forge.
Oxblood Forge.
The one, not Ox. As people would say, it's Oxford Blood. No. Blood. Forge. Fire, which is a song.
I got you. Perfect.
The drums and that particular band.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to listening to that.
Cheers. Thank you, sir.
So, are you a fan of or aware of Saxon?
Yes, sir.
So I'm actually going to see Saxon and Uriah Heep. They're playing here in Springfield, Missouri. On my birthday, actually, May 24th, at a small theater in town. So I bought good seats. I bought the meet and greet because I saw these guys like 40 years ago, right?
Hell yeah.
Excited about that. I'm reliving my youth here a little bit. But I talked to people in town here, and nobody remembers Saxon. Most of them remember Uriah Heep, but Saxon, California. So Saxon
Heavy Metal Thunder, Denim Leather. Let's go. Come out.
Wheels of Steel.
I can't sing, but yeah, man. Like look at the lineage of all these thrash metal bands from America and maybe even Germany, I suppose. All these thrash metal bands from the 80s got their thing from these new wave of the British heavy metal guys, like Saxon, Raven, Motorhead. You can have this conversation. You might find this crazy, but even Def Leppard was much heavier than like a pour some sugar on me at the time. They were pretty heavy at the time,
For the Night was brilliant, but then they softened and they became a power pop band after On Through the Night.
But you would never figure that somebody like a Metallica would have ever been influenced by anything Def Leppard. But come on, there were things early on before that happened. Yeah, and Budgie, what's the other band there? Am I Evil? Diamond Head.
Oh yeah. You ever heard of a band? This isn't British. This is a band out of California. I used to listen to these guys a lot. They never quite got to that upper echelon, but they were a great band called Legs Diamond. They ever get to your neck of the woods?
Yeah, sir. All right. Yeah.
I used to see them when I was a youngster, about 18, 19 years old. I'd catch them in the Hollywood clubs.
Right.
But I got a hold of them a while back, and they've allowed me to use music and videos too. But these guys were just, I always thought they were going to be bigger than they got.
Absolutely, yeah. That's cool.
But everything cool. So if you didn't follow that line, you kind of got left behind.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. So anything going on for you for Easter, Thomas?
I think you were talking about that a little bit earlier before I joined up, but that's definitely the secular holiday for me. I'm gonna go and see some family tomorrow and the nephew tomorrow. We just had a relative, a grandmother that moved to a new assisted living facility where we live, where I'm located. So we're gonna go see her and my nephew tomorrow. Probably gonna do something for the Easter holiday tomorrow with the family. That'll be good. I haven't seen some of those people in a little while, and I just became or an uncle in September. So our nephew is what, 5 months old now. Yeah, that's cool.
That's nice.
His name, by the way, is Ozzy. O-Z-Z-Y. Go figure, right?
That's funny. Awesome.
My brother's a guitar player in a popular metal band in my area, so Ozzy makes sense, I guess. You better be a musician, man.
Yeah, I used to be. I don't play much anymore. I was a wannabe keyboardist back in the 80s. I still have a couple of my main boards that I used to use. I have an old piano that that Ray Manzarek used to play in the Doors, and I also have an old ARP string synthesizer. Guys used to play. So I'm about the ancient boards because I like that old sound. I can play
right on. Yeah, usually if we, I'm probably gonna have to figure it out. Usually the last 2 recordings my band's done, I've done a little bit of. I can play some. I've figured out a couple of things that work good on keyboards. I suppose, like, why not again? I mean, the first time I brought it up with my band, it was hey, wait a minute. I think this would be really cool if we just trust me on this. I think this would be really cool to add a nice, like an Iron Maiden in the background, right? I think it'd be like really cool to add a texture to something. Hold on, wait a minute. There's a song, if you look up Oxford Forge, called Ironbound. I forget if it's 4.5 or like 5 minutes into the song, and it gets really the guitars get clean. There's a drum and a bass break, and then we go into this little keyboard. Not written by design, but it goes into a little bit of keyboard section, and I thought it'd be really cool, not only to add another texture, but just to kind of or not to kind of like reinforce the chord progression or whatever, just kind of thicken things up, and it worked really good. And after I brought that up and we recorded it, the next thing I know is somebody said, "You do the next time we record." I'm like, okay, sure. I guess people like that. All right. Just to give it a texture, not to. I think people thought maybe initially it was gonna overshadow the rest of the stuff that was going on, but it was only meant to supplement what's going on. People kind of liked it.
They were no more of a hard rock band, but that's what Deep Purple did with John Lord. I mean, John Lord's Hammond B3 work really elevated Ritchie Blackmore.
he figured out the same thing. He plugged it into I don't know how he did it, but he plugged into some kind of a Marshall amp by accident, and he got the same kind of a deal, John Lord.
So I saw Deep Purple on their Perfect Strangers tour, and usually if you see any band, no matter who they are, the keyboard player is usually kind of off to the side. But they had John Lord right in the center, right front of the stage center. Oh, you finished that up? Yeah, John, right there, right in the middle, because everybody knew everybody played off of John Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was amazing. So you finished that beer up?
I saw them.
Or the whiskey, or the tequila up, rather.
I saw them. So, first show. Well, let's think here. I was born in 1988, not the oldest person on the face of the earth. So, let's see. The first show I ever went to, well, was 1997 or 8. I guess it must have been Matchbox 20. Bare Naked Lady. So 3 shows. 3 shows into this. I think it was before Nas. 3 shows into me going to concerts. I think I went with my father. That sounds about right. We got an amphitheater in the town that I lived in. I believe the show in order was 2001, the summer of 2001. Yeah. In order was Ted Nugent, Leonard Skinner.
Oh, that's interesting.
And John Lord was in the band still at that time, and that was Morris playing guitar in Deep Purple. So that was still pretty. It wasn't obviously Richie Blackmore, but that's a pretty good lineup. And then I remember, I kind of have the breadth of the catalog for Leonard Skinner yet, but I do now. But like that's kind of why I wanted to go to that show. So we went to that show. And then I remember leaving the concert going, so who was that Ted Nugent guy? I'm like, it was so loud and ramp up. I'm like, all right, I like that.
Yeah.
Ted Nugent.
I saw Ted Nugent. He was. They played in this order, believe it or not. It was Nugent, Styx, and REO Speedwagon.
All right. Nice.
So it was the last concert I got to see with my son Seamus, and Nugent was okay, but Styx was just an amazing live act. He wasn't REO. He didn't mind REO songs, but the show was kind of lackluster compared to Styx, to be honest with you.
I get it. Yeah. I saw them open for Boston once. That was a good show. Yeah.
That's it.
2009, I think it was. Yeah. That was the same year, 2001. I saw Boston with original singer Brad Delp before he passed away.
Yeah.
Suicide. Unfortunately, the guy decided. I don't want to get morbid, but the guy decided to light 2 charcoal grills in his bathroom in his house in New Hampshire. And he died from that. Good riddance, but you know what? That was a legend of a musician right there. There's not many people that can sing like that guy. Holy crap, Brad Delp. Holy crap.
Everything's blank on me here. Hold up.
Yeah, man.
There we go. All right. Yeah, he was good. I hate to see anybody go out that way, but sometimes life is a toll on you.
Yeah. Nice. I am live. The Bear. Whisperer. We were drinking. On my end, I was drinking this Tuker. I don't know how you pronounce it necessarily. It's the Tuker Rauch beer.
Oh, nice.
So you keep it together for you. Yeah.
Are you done with that one?
I saw you leave, and I had to keep the show together. Rauch beer. No, not the Roth, not Rauch beer.
You're
A
still
German dark lager and tequila. There you go.
all right. So have you finished that up?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what antics you got going on this weekend other than Easter? Anything going on tomorrow?
No, it's literally that's literally it. We got the family getting together, and we're gonna do that, and we're getting either Sunday or Monday. We're gonna have the band practice to get ready for an upcoming gig here in a couple of weeks, and just get some new music and material ready with Ox Blood to record in mid to um, late July, early August, and hopefully we'll get some stuff in the fall or early 2025. Stay tuned for that, everybody.
I'll be looking. I'll be
Yeah.
looking. I'll check the music tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to. So I've listened to metal, but my kind of metal. Haven't been a fan of recent metal, but I've got a friend who's a handful of years younger than I am. He's turned me on to a few bands as of late. I've been listening to a lot of a band called Greenleaf. You familiar with them?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. If you, yeah. We're more aligned with anything like that than modern stuff. So yeah. You probably like you might like what you hear then. Cool.
I don't.
Good.
I don't like.
Nice. Yeah.
I
We're
don't
not very
like that
modern at all. Not really. No.
lyrics I
No.
can't understand, but yeah.
No. More like a Caius not high on fire. Caius sleep. Stoner, doomy, Black Sabbath with the melodic sense of Iron Maiden, that kind of jive. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he gave me a bunch of different bands and was doing. I said, "Well, I like these two." He said, "Okay, that's stoner metal, Tom." Okay,
Yeah.
I guess that's my niche is stoner metal.
Yeah, my playlist on Spotify thinks I smoke a mass amount of weed by default, but I really don't. It's just that's what I like to gravitate towards the heavy bluesy kind of sound, I guess, is
Yeah.
what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, the heavy bluesy sound, yeah.
Nice, me too.
Metal meets mountain, I guess, yeah.
Oh, kind of makes sense. Like get a little Leslie West in there. There
Metal
we
meets
go.
Leslie West. I
Little
play
West.
a little. Wait a minute. Where is it? I play a little bit of guitar. I love Leslie West and Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, good beer, good tequila, good evening
Are
here.
you,
Yeah, can't complain.
are you wrapping it up, going to bed?
Not necessarily. If you want to chill with another beverage, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna have another one, I will.
Ooh, I'll grab a whiskey. Why not?
All right, go for it. I'll grab something else here.
Cool. Stay tuned, everybody. Nice.
Dude, I'll try not to hit that. I was having some again technical difficulties. I am a person of a certain age, and sometimes gets the best of me.
Right on.
I was trying to respond to something there, and it went somewhere else, and I had to go. I'm glad Thomas was still there. I thought I lost the. I thought I lost the old player, but this what hat corn whiskey? Let me knock it out. I am still working on my barley wine, though.
Nice.
I am going to pour another whiskey, though, since Thomas is. Grab the shot glass right here. And I had another glass handy because, I'm a better safe than sorry kind of guy. I want to be ready, man. So, anyways, I'm going to wait to see what Thomas does before I choose my whiskey. Because if he has something that I have or something similar, pour that in the rest. So, anyway,
Cool.
friends.
Well, quick question for you: bourbon or Scotch?
What was the first part?
Bourbon or a Scotch? Which one would you like to hear about?
I go bourbon.
Bourbon. I got one in my hand. Cool. I got some interesting either or. Cool.
So what bourbon?
Cool. Oh, this one's gonna be cool. This one will be good. All right. This one will be cool. How about some E.H. Taylor small batch?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That vein. I've got another one. I've got one I'm going to pop with you. I was waiting to see what you were going to say. I've got Ben Holiday. Again, it's out of Weston, Missouri, because I try to stay as
local. Oh, cool. I've heard of that one, definitely. Oh, yeah.
It's still Rick House release, though. It's a 6-year-old.
Oh.
This particular version is that's 117.9 proof.
Ooh, cool.
I'm gonna pour.
Let's go. Damn.
I'll do a 2
I don't get those. I don't get that brand, but I've heard super nice things about Ben Holiday.
Well,
I'm intrigued by Ben Holiday.
We can talk offline, and I'll figure out how to get some to you. But though the products are incredible. Let me show you that label. It gets the Brick House. But their 100-proof the bond is insane as well.
Oh, that rings a bell. Yes, we also have a bottled in bond. That's what their small batches.
Bottled in bond. There we go. Let me show you that color. That.
Cool. Nice.
Nice. Oh, you gave yourself a pretty
Buffalo Trace Distillery.
2-ounce pour, I'm guessing.
Ooh.
What was the proof on that E.H. Taylor, you said?
This is the bottled in bond, 100 proof, 50%.
Nice, very nice.
Come on.
Professional.
Come on, camera.
There we go.
Oh, we'll go with that. Colonel E.H. Taylor.
There you go.
Apparently, this dude was there's language somewhere on this canister, but he was a guy that decided that copper distillation in bourbon was a great idea. The modern day distiller here, Colonel E.H. Taylor, I guess.
Copper pot still, nothing is better.
Yup, suppose so. But in true fashion, too, I did a review of this on Memorial Day last year, but in true fashion to it being a Buffalo Trace product, you get that cherry note to it, that dark cherry note, absolutely all over the place with this particular whiskey. Yep.
Very nice.
Oh, it's super medicinal. Not. I say medicinal, not like you're drinking Robitussin. No.
Okay.
But definitely like dark bready. That cherry note is super prominent. There's a doughy note to the yeast in this particular one. I'm curious, how's that Ben Holiday smell?
Oh, this stuff is amazing. So on the nose, again, I get dark cherry. Of course, you got the usual suspects, right? You're going to find some vanilla. You're going to get those big oak and spice notes. But aside from that, man, right on the nose, you get beautiful dark cherry, overripe plum. And I don't know if you can see that right here. Keeping in mind, this whiskey is, once again, 117.9. Look how approachable, easy drinking heat this whiskey is.
Mm-hmm.
No bitter face. There's nothing. That is how
good
this particular whiskey is. It is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of big oak and spice in the finish. Again, you're going to get some of the usual suspects. You're going to find some cinnamon, some allspice, but also pick up some ginger, some clove.
This man speaks with a similar knowledge to. I wouldn't have thought about that, but you just kind of remind me of all those different things there too in the nose. The nose is very complex in the same idea.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
People ask me, well, what if I'm getting this, Tom? Am I wrong? I said, no, you're never wrong. What you get is what you get.
That's what I like to tell people with the beer review stuff. Yeah.
those flavors of
But
the aromas aren't in there. You know, it's all an interpretation. So if you don't eat dates or figs, you're never gonna taste date or fig, right? You're only gonna taste or smell what you know.
yep, it's just a remindering to your taste palette from years gone by. No, but everything you said about the last couple of things you just said, absolutely, they come out in this E.H. Taylor as well.
That's nice.
They sound like they could be very similarly. Damn, if you can find that regularly, and then me finding E.H. Taylor, the value. I haven't tried what you're drinking. The value sounds like it's a better value for you if you can find what you can find at a more regularly than me. I've only found this once in my life, and luckily, the store that I buy this E.H. Taylor at, small batch, was $50. Like, there you go, an MSRP being MSRP. Thank you, local store. But I would have figured if I ever saw this, it would be $70, $80. Like, thank you for it being the actual price point to it. Yeah.
This brick house was about
I wouldn't hesitate to buy for that at all. I've heard very good things. Online markets can do things to beers and whiskeys. I get it, but I've heard so many good things about Doc Holliday. I would love to try.
Oh, it's really good, man.
Even that red. There's a red wheat. A red wheat. That sounds really good. A red winter wheat or something. That's really good. I heard. Yeah.
I have the Rick House Proof of the soft red wheat.
Oh, soft red. That's the one. Yeah, man. All right.
I've got it, buddy. I've got it. I'm here for you, my friend. But again, both were about $80 a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
At the distillery, so it's not a secondary market at the distillery. But for that proof, I think it's reasonable.
Good, yeah.
For 118 proof, that ain't bad at all.
That's not a harsh experience at all for you.
So anyway, you're talking about Wednesday. I am off. I'm supposed to be off. Sometimes I get called in, but I'm supposed to be off Tuesdays and Wednesdays now. So I wouldn't mind jumping on your Wild Card Wednesday.
Wild Card Wednesday is a beer and wine or a spirit. Really, any adult beverage. The simple, you know this, hopefully. The simple gist of it all is just don't be a douche. Don't be an asshole. I say just don't be an asshole, and you're not an asshole. Just have the idea behind don't be a douche. You douche is just have fun. That's it.
Okay.
Whatever adult. If you brought this whole 10 and it was E.H. Taylor blended old fashioned.
Gotcha.
That's an adult beverage. Bring it and review it. I don't really care as long as it's got alcohol. You can come with me on my show. That's all I care about. And you're the conspirator. That's not the term I want to use. You're a very integral part of Massachusetts Beer Reviews on Facebook and making sure the riffraff is see you later. And I appreciate that. So thank you, sir. You posted enough times. I'm like, you guys gonna know when this channel looks like crap on Facebook. So appreciation.
Well, so do I need to let you know I'm available, or you just need to send me a link?
I need to send you a link. Is absolutely right. I will do that. Yes, sir.
Saying that will definitely jump on, man.
Cool. Right on. But
it's been really nice talking to you this evening. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Good thing we did some whiskey. So I noticed, I guess it depends because every bottling of talking about Knob Creek, Buffalo Trace, that's it. Every bottling of Buffalo Trace is gonna do a different thing, especially if they call this E.H. Taylor the rye, but I don't get a super amount of content small batch at all. There's not a lot of spicy components really. How is the spicy or the rye component in the Ben Holiday you're drinking right now?
Well, to be honest with you, yeah, it is prominent. It's very prominent.
Good, awesome.
It's a little chewy whiskey. I want to be clear about that because we're talking about Rickhouse, but it's chewy.
Nice. Hell yeah.
But yeah, you feel that rye and so the red wheat is soft red wheat's a whole different animal. That's why I like the bourbon because you really feel those spicy rye notes.
Mm.
And I'm
Cool.
an old school guy, and you know that about myself. So
Oh, sure.
oh mercy, I was at the distillery back in August of last year. And man, I had a great
Nice.
time. Those folks were just amazing. I bought the two Rickhouse because well they were they
They're
were
that
friends.
good.
They were nice folks. They explained the whiskey well, and I bought the two Rickhouse barrels. And to believe it or not,
Wow.
I bought these back in August, and I still have this much left.
I've been trying to milk. Oh my God. There's a little bit. I just poured in the glass. I've been trying to milk this since last July. Since this past July. I've been trying to milk it. We're almost there, but I'm like, it's been so good. I've been really trying to go to other things, and I'm like, but this is really good. Wait a minute. I forget what I rated this on my channel, but I'm doing, and I know.
So I know this is like an odd question, but how far are you from, let's say, Columbus, Ohio?
I've been to Dayton, Ohio with school percussion ensemble when I was playing some drums in high school. That was about an 18-hour car or bus ride to get to Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
So maybe that's like 12, 13 hours to get to Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Maybe from where I live, yeah. Not super close, really, but I think what's the reasoning of bringing up? Oh, you're closer to that region, right?
10 hours from Columbus, but my wife and I are going that way at some point this year. So
Okay.
I wasn't sure exactly where you were, how close you were. If it was
I'm going to be going to south. Probably doesn't make any difference. I'm going to be going to southeastern New Jersey in May to go and see one of our other beer people you should go and watch on the internet called Alex the Beer Master. There's Alex the Beer Master and his buddy BJ Taylor. BJ drinks beer. He works at a local beer store down there called Joe Canals in Marlton, New Jersey. Every Friday he posts a video of all the new beers that came into his store. And let's go to the fridge and see what's new for the beers in our store. Here's all the beers. I'm like, I'm like, I gotta go see these guys. You know what? That prompts me. I want to go see you over there in Missouri. That would be freaking sweet. And then prompts me want to go down there. I'm gonna drive there in May. Both of you guys. That would be cool.
I work for Banter Brewing here in Missouri, but I could take you to several others that more folks know me.
Awesome. That'd be great. I would appreciate that. That'd be cool.
Oh, there's a couple wineries I could take you to if you drink any wine.
That would be cool too. I don't mind wine at all.
Oh man, that would be not. My wife and I. So my wife doesn't drink. We would, we could take a drive, man.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Whenever you're Taylor.
I mean, like, it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly for me. It's an anomaly. I think I know enough about you. I'm saying possibly. It's an anomaly when you get things at its MSRP, and it actually is the MSRP. I literally bought it at the actual store in my town for $50. This is an anomaly. At $50, they could easily have charged you $100 for this thing, and I probably would have been happy with it at $100 for the flavor. I would have been disappointed. Like, I just spent $100 for that thing, but it doesn't have the only thing that it doesn't have that they have. So E.H. Taylor's its own lineup from Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
so this here, I think it's what they call, if I'm correct. Now in my brain, I'm forgetting this, and in the review I did in May, I forgot this. It's either their number 1 or 2 mash bill at Buffalo Trace, and I think it's number 1, quote unquote, which means that it's a very low for Buffalo Trace on their mash bill for rye content in the blend, in the mash bill. So for me, it super has the big old forward cherry forward flavors, has brown bread, has a syrupy sweet kind of a feel to it. It has caramel malt to it, and that cherry flavor just lingers forever. The cherry flavor lingers forever with like a mold cidery caramel thing. So for $50, if you can find that for $50, $80 maximum, just go buy this, please.
Nice, very nice.
I forget what I rated this, but I think one of the things that one of my buddies from YouTube, East Coast Liquor Reviews, go check them out. We started doing a 6-point liquor review with the numbering, and I know for Tom, it's like numbers are just an opinion, man, right? but out of 10,
I don't like reviews because
that's all I'm getting. That's what I'm getting.
You're a reviewer, you're a critic, and a critic's job is to find something wrong. I'm a lover of products. My job is to find something right.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is if this is $50 every day of the week, and you can actually find it for $50, it's at least no less than a 9 out of 10 for its value on that. If this is what you're buying and you're flavoring, tasting, and the bottled and bond, it's at least a 9 out of 10. I think that's how I probably rated it, but in general, so I actually was drinking that earlier with my father, and he wasn't drinking. He had another whiskey, but I was talking to him just in general about value and dollars. It's like when it comes to you rating that value, does any of that maybe come into play with, okay, so I like that this was $50, but when's the next time I'm even going to find said bottle in the first place? So is that good value, or am I just like ecstatic that I found it for any value in the first place, right? I think this is the best value for me finding the bottle in general, period. And I think at $50, that's what it should be. So I like the value.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Am I going to find this ever again, like within any regularity? No, which kind of pisses me off. So therefore, you buy your standard bottled and bonds that you'll find from Missouri and probably what's the other brands here? Old Granddad, and then Evan Williams. There's your bottled and bonds you're going to find all day long. They have better values maybe because you find them all day long, but is this better flavor for the exact same price or a little higher price? Yeah.
Well, again, value is up to you, right? If something is only as worth as much as you're willing to pay for it. So if it's a bargain for you, it's a bargain. If it's a value for you, it's a value. If it's not, it's not. It's really that simple.
Crazy at $50. If you could, but again, my point is, this is a steal at $50. Are you going to be able to find it ever? For me as a YouTube reviewer, I cannot say you're going to find this all the time. So therefore, just buy it. But if you find it at $50, you're stupid to not go to the liquor store and just buy this. This is $50. You should just buy it. Oh yeah.
But see, here's my caveat. My caveat is I don't think Buffalo Trace is a bad whiskey. I think it's an okay whiskey. I think it's a $25, maybe $30 whiskey. But if you're paying $200 just to have Buffalo Trace on your bar, you're an idiot.
I would agree with that statement. Yes, sir.
You're an idiot. There's a lot of good whiskeys out there, man. And for me, I try to buy as small as humanly possible. I buy the Ben Holiday. I'm buying Union Horse. I'm buying Russell Spirits. I'm buying every local or local-ish whiskey to me.
Get you on that.
Oh,
Blame me for that. There we go. I don't blame you for that.
man. Oh, damn, you knocked that back, didn't you? So
Hmm.
it's like a rather easy to drink 100 proof whiskey, the way I saw you drink.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even thought of it that way. Yeah. There is a little bit of spice in the background, but it's I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, there is a little bit of a spice is the Buffalo Trace cherry and like a cinnamon
That makes sense,
flavor
yeah.
to it. Yeah, it's
But
there.
kind of makes sense too.
Yeah, we seem to have some kind of a similarity, which trying to compare brands to say, oh, we taste just like the. But I don't. This is not what I've heard, and I've been watching YouTubeism and whiskeys. Nobody has ever said in the history of ever my Ben Holiday is reminded me just like my Buffalo Trace. But what people are saying is my Ben Holiday. Holy shit, my Ben Holiday. Holy shit, this is great whiskey, and that makes me curious about Ben Holiday. I've heard enough great things about that Ben Holiday where I'm like, I need it. That sounds
So
great.
what I can buy at the store is their bourbon bottled in bond. I can buy or I can buy the soft red wheat bottled in bond. But if you get the Rick House, you can only get the Rick House at the distillery.
Sure, all right.
And those Rick House versions are insane. But the bottled in bond at 100 proof are incredibly good as well.
Mm.
So I'll be honest with you, most of my friends are impressed by the soft red wheat because wheat whiskeys are popular. For me, I love the traditional bourbon because I'm all about that rye. I love that rye component.
The higher rye content, sure.
So if I was to get a bottle to you for, hypothetically,
Yeah. Yeah. The internet does not need to know.
only send liquor through the mail. But anyway, if I was to find a way to get a bottle to you, yeah, I got to be honest with you. I love the soft red wheat, and most of my friends love the
I would
soft
love
red
to
wheat.
try that. Yeah, that's what I've heard from people too. Yeah.
For me, it's all about that rye. I love a traditional bourbon with rye.
If you want the whatever you paid for it, I will do that back to you. But the internet didn't hear that, but I pay you back for it. Yeah.
To swap some products.
Yeah, I'm a little yeah, we'll find. I'm a nervous nil. I will find a way to do that. I can find somebody that will ship it for me, and we'll do that. Yeah, hell yeah. We got a buddy. We got a buddy of mine down the. You know what? Kill two birds with one stone. You be sending that bottle. Oh, the internet doesn't know you send a bottle, right? And then we go. Then there's another. Well, they don't know this right now. Then we got a buddy of mine actually in the beer community right now. Check him out. Cool ass YouTube channel.
Okay.
East Coast liquor reviews. He's my buddy Tanner Ruiz. He does again East Coast liquor reviews. He's in the state of Rhode Island, and with his name alone, all the good bourbons, whiskeys, tequilas, and he's a big. And I know him from the whiskey channels or beer reviewing channels on YouTube. But I've been to his place a couple times. Looked on his wall, going, "You got this Stag Junior here, this Weller Antique 107 over here." I'm like, Tanner, like you're only 27 years old. What the? How did you get into whiskey in only like 7 years of being a legal adult? Like what the? I don't know. But damn, I'll be a good guy to try some of that with you on the channel. And he will help me on my fear of send you a good sample in return. Yeah, we'll get you one of them. Yeah, man.
All
We
right.
have a really cool distillery here in Rhode Island. It's called Sons of Liberty, and what they do in where's that North Kingston, Rhode Island? They take beer recipes and they distill them into single malt whiskey.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
one of them I have at my house right now is they did a Belgian quadruple, I guess. They distilled it into a whiskey, and it has a lot of dairy cask kind of notes to it, and the fruity notes. It's really cool. Maybe we could exchange one of those. That would be cool. A beer distilled whiskey, a single malt. That'd be cool.
Maybe work something out.
Damn, yeah. Nice. E.H. Taylor. Again, I didn't think I was going to see that at a store. A buddy of mine said, "Oh, can you get this beer at the store?" My father liked it. I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let me go to the store." So I went to the store. I'm like, "Let me go see what they have at the whiskey section." And I seen this bottle, this canister E.H. Taylor. I'm like, "Wait a minute. Look around. Nobody's here. All right. I got to leave the store now and buy this." I'm like, "It said $50." I'm like, "What? Let me leave now." I'll give the name of the store, and most people don't want that, but it's called Duff's Liquors here where I live in Mansfield, Massachusetts. If you want, occasionally they'll have things like the deal I drank earlier. It was a couple of bucks under MSRP. I never seen it. That was pretty good. This was $50. That's about MSRP for God.
I would say you got a bargain.
I got what it should be for. They didn't. What the thing that I don't really like. I can tell you a story really quick. The thing I don't really like is, and now I understand what it is on YouTube, is when they say museum pieces, where we're going to put this at such a price on the shelf because no one's going to buy it. It just sits there and it looks like a museum piece on your shelf, right? So I went to a store I was doing some bourbon hunting around the same time as I bought this bottle. I went towards where a buddy of mine lives in East Providence, Rhode Island. Strolled up into a store on Mineral Spring Ave in East Providence, Rhode Island. Went into the store, and I'm looking at the whiskey selection, and then the guy comes over. He's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "Things I haven't had." He's like, "Have you had this? Have you had that? Have you had that?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Oh, you've had everything. Okay. How about Blanton's? Have you had Blanton's?" I'm like, "Actually, my buddy Tanner gave me a sample of Blanton's." I'm like, "Yeah, I've had Blanton's." He's like, "Oh, how about I sell you a bottle of Blanton's for $140?" I literally looked at the guy point blank range and said, "Absolutely not," and just left the store.
Blanton's
$40 for a Blanton's.
It's a great whiskey. $50.
Yeah, thank you. $140.
Now, if you ever pay, if you pay more than $50 for Blanton's, you're an idiot.
I went down the street to a different liquor store and bought a bottle, not the same caliber. I get it. I went down the street to a different liquor store on my hunt and found a bottle of 108 proof. What was it? Jim Beam single barrel for $40, and I bought that instead. Whole different experience, but there's where your dollars go apparently.
It's probably better whiskey.
And I've never seen a bottle of Jim Beam single barrel in my life. I'm like, that's different. Let me buy that. $40. Thank you. That was pretty good. If you like nutty bourbons, or if you like the nutty sweet bourbon profile, then that Jim Beam's going to be your bag of bourbon. Yeah.
Oh, mercy, Percy. How you doing with that Taylor? You about finished with it?
Where am I at with the Taylor? I'm trying to milk this the best I can. Wow, look at that. Ooh.
No, I meant the glass you were drinking.
Oh, Oh,
Oh, it is empty. Oh, look at
yeah, it's
that.
a good glass.
That glass got a hole in it. Oh, mercy.
Put another dent in that somewhere. Yeah, I was. The other thing I was going to show you. I don't know what your profile has been accustomed to, and or if you've had any of the Texas bourbons out there.
I've had a few.
All right, let me show you one of the Texas whiskeys that I've got. It's a 115. It's the
Wow.
Iron Root Harbinger.
Oh, I haven't had that one. No, that's interesting.
All right, all right. Let me show you that. Yeah. So the big back to the chair. So the big two, well, actually the big three, I guess, if you will. I don't know anything from. Well, one of them is what's the one? Balcones. That's probably the one that probably a lot of people know of, right? They do some rise and some
Devil's River.
and some small stuff. And the other one,
Here, my
the
friend.
one I have right now, I'm going to show you. But the other one is still Austin.
Yeah.
It's really, oh my God, that's phenomenal. Austin and this other one, the Iron Root Harbinger. I've only been able to, I don't know necessarily that they actually get distribution here in Massachusetts, where I live, but they seem to be at Total Wine. So thank you, Total Wine.
There you go.
Thank you, Total Wine. Let me show you this whiskey really quickly. Yeah, this is Texas is weird. They do like 2 to 3 years of aging, and it's got super age to the flavor already. It's crazy how they do that. It's a little weird. Let's see. Let's see.
Quiet, very quiet there, Tom. I thought he was coming right back.
We're coming back. I better grab yield bottle of water. Holy shit.
But,
Whiskey, tequila, beer. Yeah. Here we go. A water bottle. What do you know? Here you go. This is the Iron Root Harbinger.
Oh, I haven't seen that one before. That's nice.
That's 115 proof.
Oh, hell no.
It's their flagship. Hell no. It's their flagship from the Iron Root Distillery. The Iron Root Republic from. Where is this from specifically? I think it's Houston. That could be Denison, Texas.
You're not drinking that now, are you?
I am going to try a little bit of that with you.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Texas whiskey is interesting. Just a little bit. Texas whiskey is interesting because just a tiny bit. It has like a leathery tobacco, and one of the things I notice, got a little bit on my hand there. One of the things I notice is like a flavor of those, what do you call them? Like those red hot cinnamon candies almost.
I got your little cinnamon, sweet cinnamon.
And that's exactly what you get from this. And you get all these this different flavors of corn complexion with that red hot candy. And since it's been opened, it really, I mean, one of the things I should probably preface with this
Percy.
It's from Texas, and it says 36 months age. That is for 115 proof. And the whiskey tastes super mature because apparently whiskey or the climate in Texas just allows for a different climate than Kentucky. So it's just going to age and evaporate, and the liquid's going to do its thing within the barrels at a super rapid pace than it would in a cooler-ish climate than Kentucky. So what I get from the 3 different kinds of whiskeys or bourbons is, again, that cinnamon red hot candy, leathery notes. There's a musty grain kind of a component. There's definitely a dark cherry, 150 proof.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's beautiful.
Something that's akin to like the dusty corn note, if that makes sense, yeah. But you get everything else with it there too. You get that cherry, dark cherry note. You get that leather note. You get that cinnamon red hot, sort of the candy of that cinnamon red hot. And you do get a cinnamon note. It's not like a cayenne or anything, but maybe somebody would attribute the 115 proof to kind of alluding to a cinnamon hot, spicy kind of note. Yeah. It's pretty interesting what happens in Texas. Definitely.
Those Texas folks. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Anyway, hang on. I got to get offline because we've been on about an hour and 20 minutes. So, but I do want to talk to you, so don't jump off. Again, Thomas Metal for joining me for this impromptu session. The man is a genius, man. We've been talking about whiskey and beer and music. It's been a lot of fun. I am Tom, the beer and whiskey whisperer. You know who I am. I'm just going to skip to the end and say all around good guy, Sláinte,